The power of peace, a call to courage, compassion, and unity. In a world that often feels too noisy, too fast, and sometimes too divided, your presence here says something profound, that you care, that you're seeking something deeper, and that you believe, as I do, in the power of peace. Today, I want to talk about something that should never go out of style, never fade from fashion, and never be buried under the weight of conflict. And that is peace. Not just peace in the world, but peace within us. Because peace is not just the absence of war. It is the presence of purpose, the strength of love, and the courage to do what's right even when it's hard. Understanding peace. What is peace? Peace is the stillness after a storm. It's the calm in a child's laughter. It's the handshake between enemies. It's the healing after a wound. It's the quiet confidence of knowing you are safe, seen, and valued. But let's be honest, peace doesn't always come easy. We live in a world where headlines scream of division, fear, and violence. Social media rewards outrage. Differences are too often seen as threats instead of strengths. And in that chaos, we forget, peace is not passive, it is not weak, it is not silence in the face of injustice. Peace is power. Peace is work. Peace is bravery. Because it takes strength to forgive. It takes courage to listen. It takes wisdom to walk away from a fight when everything in you wants to strike back. Peace starts within. If we want to change the world, we must first change ourselves. You cannot build a peaceful world while carrying chaos in your heart. That's why inner peace is so vital. Ask yourself, do I hold on to resentment? Do I feed anger more than I feed understanding? Do I speak words that heal or words that hurt? We all carry battles no one sees. But healing begins when we acknowledge our own pain and choose not to pass it on. Because every act of peace in the world starts with a person who chose it within. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." Let me add to that. Be the peace you wish to see in the world. Because peace is contagious. When you carry it, others feel it. When you lead with it, others follow. Courage over conflict. Let me be clear. Peace is not pretending everything is fine. It's not turning a blind eye to injustice. It's not ignoring the pain of others just to feel comfortable. True peace confronts wrong. It fights for what's right, but without hate. That's why peace takes courage. It takes courage to speak up when silence is easier. Love people who are hard to love. Apologize first, even when you're not entirely wrong. Stand between conflict and say enough. Think of the great peacemakers in history. Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., Malala Yousafzai, Mother Teresa. They were not passive. They were fierce in love, relentless in justice, and unshakable in hope. And they understood something we must remember. We don't win through war. We win through wisdom. We don't overcome hate by out-hating. We overcome it with humanity. Compassion as a weapon of peace. If we want peace, we must choose compassion. Compassion is the heart of peace. It is seeing someone else's pain and not turning away. It is understanding before judging. It is helping when you could have walked past. Imagine a world where leaders led with empathy. Neighbors looked out for each other. Social media was used to uplift, not tear down. We taught our children that kindness is strength. That world is possible, but we have to build it, one conversation, one act, one choice at a time. And let me tell you, compassion is not just for others. You need to give it to yourself too. You cannot pour from an empty cup. When you care for your soul, you show up stronger for others. Unity and diversity. Let us not forget, peace does not mean we all have to be the same. It means we honor each other despite our differences. Unity is not uniformity. Real peace embraces diversity. It sees beauty in cultures, religions, languages, and lives different from our own. It says, you and I may not agree on everything, but we can still walk together. Division is easy. It takes no skill to build walls, but building bridges, that takes vision. That takes hope. That takes us. The world doesn't need more echo chambers. It needs more tables where everyone has a seat. your role in the peace movement. So I ask you today, will you choose peace even when anger is louder? Will you be the voice of calm in a chaotic world? Will you stand up for compassion, for justice, for unity? You don't need to be famous to be a peacemaker. You just need to be willing. Because peace is not a dream, it's a decision. And every time you choose love over hate, listening over shouting, hope over fear, you're building a better world. So go out and plant peace wherever you go. In your homes, in your communities, in your conversations, in your choices. And remember, peace isn't just possible, it's powerful. It's worth fighting for. You want to be the voice of calm, listening over shouting, hope over fear. You want two things to happen: unity and building bridges. And remember, peace is not just possible, it's powerful. It's worth fighting for. And that begins with you.